Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks, and this is 100 Days of Making Comics. I'm out here. I'm going to try this one more time. I did this a while back where I took my dog for a walk, and here, I'll show you. Bonzer, Bonzer. Here's my dog. Hey, hi, Bonzer. Hey, hi. And tried to do one of these shows while I was doing it, and I don't know if it was successful or not, but yeah, I figured it's a nice day, so it's actually going to get up to be 100. I know this is for all you people in other parts of the country, or wherever you are, if you're outside the country, meaning the U.S. It's probably doesn't get up to 100 right now because it's supposed to be fall, but here in Arizona it does. But it's like 6:30 in the morning today, so it's around 70 degrees, so real nice. So I figured I'd take a little walk and do some talking about comics. So what is 100 Days of Making Comics? Well, it's where I put aside at least 30 minutes a day to work on my own personal comic book projects. I am working on a project called Young and the Dead. It's kind of like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. Gotta take a pit stop. And then yeah, Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. It's kids versus zombies. And usually at this point is where I hold up the comic, but I can't do that because I got a dog on a leash on one hand and a camera in the other. So what's been going on? Well, it's getting bright here. Get out of that sun. Well, you know, I've been doing tons of stuff, comics related or semi-comics related. I haven't really been working on the actual book, which it's kind of bumming me out a little bit, but there's so many other aspects to bringing this comic to life that I need to focus on, and that's kind of what I'm doing. So hold on. Okay, back again. Sorry about that. All right. So what was I talking about? Yeah, I was just talking about all the different things that go along with making the comic book. And this might not be every case, but in my particular case, so far all I've got are the printed versions of the comics. So I definitely want to start running it as a web comic. And to do that, there's a lot of, you know, setup and everything, formatting the pages for that because they're the size they are right now isn't the correct size for the web. And I've got some like double page spreads that I'm trying to kind of reformat into single pages, and so I'm working on that. But basically, all in all, it's just a lot of different things that I need to accomplish, and I've just kind of been recently just flying by the seat of my pants. I mean, I've got a certain amount of time to do this, especially I'm also working on getting things ready for a show that's going to follow this 100 days because this is day, I believe, 86. So getting close to wrapping these up, and then I want to start on another show, and I want to, you know, do certain things for that, like build an intro, and just all kinds of things, a backdrop that I can, you know, be in front of when I do the video. I want to kind of have a theme to it, so I'm thinking of sort of story ideas, and, you know, basically won't be a script. Ooh, it's bright. Won't be a script, but just some kind of guidelines and things like that I want to lay out. So all this stuff, you know, is coming up fast, and because I have so many things to do, it's like there's no shortage of tasks that I need to accomplish, but it just seems like, hold on, I'm going through a tunnel. It just seems like there's, okay. So now I remember kind of why I haven't done more of these videos. There's a lot of people walking around because it is nice, and it's early in the morning, people going for walks and stuff. So people are probably wondering, who's this guy with the camera walking around talking, looking like an idiot. So I turned it off for a second. And of course my dog wants to stop every 5 minutes. But you know, sometimes you got to kill two birds with one stone, and that's kind of what this is all about. Just time management and things like that. So when you got a lot of stuff to do, and like I said, there's no shortage of tasks on my table. So it's like I do one thing and then I move to the next, but I really didn't have any kind of a game plan, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. So yesterday I took some time and started just making a mind map. And if you're curious what that is, you can go all the way back to, I think, like episode 2 where I talk about mind maps. And just kind of make a mind map. I don't want to say list because it's not really a list format, it's a different way of taking notes, but just jotting down all the different things I have to do, and then for each of these projects, for the new video series that I'm going to be doing. Damn, there's like little bugs and things here. And also the web comic, the actual comic itself, all those different things, and kind of putting, here comes the dog, let's see if they're going to start fighting. No, this dog's pretty quiet. Oh no. All right. So where was it? Yeah, so made a list, and then I went into Evernote and made like a little checklist that I can check off all the different things that I'm doing. And you know, it seems like a no-brainer, but that type of thing really does help out if you have more of a plan. And typically, you know, I would also assign like a deadline, and that helps get things done too. But overall, the deadline is pretty much, at least for the video thing, is a couple of weeks, and there's a lot of stuff on that list. So I didn't really assign a specific date for everything, but like I said, one of the things that I put on the list was for the webcomic was to format all these pages in a webcomic format. And so I was able to jot that off of the list. Hold on. So where was I? So yeah, I was talking about note taking, or talking about making the checklist after plotting out all the different things I have to do. And yeah, it feels good just when you're able to check those things off and move on to something else. And like I said, I mean, this is something that, you know, I typically do, but I was just so busy, you know, with all this stuff. I was thinking to myself, well, like I said, there's no shortage of things to do. So let's just do them. But it helps, and it's also a motivational thing when you're able to check something off a list and you can see how much more you have to do instead of just guessing, work moving from one thing to another, which is kind of what I was doing recently. So let's see how that works and how that helps me, you know, finish these projects in a timely fashion. And there's a plane over my head. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm kind of backtracking right now, so I'm going back. So we'll see if that little dog comes back out again. There you go. So yeah, what I'm really looking forward to is to getting back and working on the comic book itself. All this other stuff is cool, and it's kind of necessary that I do it. But let's see. Oh, here comes that little dog. Let's see. Hey, little dog. You say hi? There you go. Ah. Hey. Yeah, so my dog, I guess, doesn't get along well with other dogs that he sees out on the wild or on this walk. So, man, this one is a really sad episode. But they can't all be winners. But you know, I just figured I gotta take my dog out for a walk. I haven't been a while, so I could bring the camera along and try to do this. And you probably, I think I said this the last time that I probably wouldn't do it again, but here I am. So, but at least I get this out of the way, and then I can get back to making comics, which what this thing is all about. And so, but I might come back up here for tomorrow's episode, but not walk the dog, just sit down and maybe do some sketching. I've done that once before, and when I get up early like this and it's nice out, it's really a good time to do some sketching. And I'm kind of looking forward to when the weather starts cooling down. It shouldn't be too much longer. It's next week. I guess we got another storm or some rain coming in. It should cool it down, and then should get into the 90s, and then hopefully it doesn't pick itself back up and go back into the hundreds again, but you never know. I mean, this is we're almost at October, and 100-degree weather is kind of, yeah. But so I think I'm gonna, let me get out of the sun there. I think I'm gonna call it a day for this one, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little more coherent. It's really hard to walk and talk. I'm gonna walk across the street here. Come on. Yeah, it's difficult to walk and talk and think and do all that at the same time, but there you have it. I will I'm just gonna quit while I wouldn't say ahead, but I'll be back tomorrow, guys, for 100 Days of Making Comics. Tomorrow will be day 87, I believe, and hopefully a little better of an episode. Hey, Bonzer, say goodbye. See? All right. All right, that is all.